Hey everyone, welcome back. What can I say? My August book buying ban was an epic fail. As you can see, I'm back with a book haul, and I have like 16 books. I kid you not. So I'm going to jump right in here and, yeah, let's get started. First off, I have a middle grade book, and this is actually, I've got a lot of sequels I picked up at Half Price Books. And I was really happy to spot some of these. This is Ulysses Moore, The Long Lost Map, and this is book 2 in the series. These were originally published in Italy, and I'm going to attempt to pronounce the author. Last time I showed book 1 in one of my hauls, I could not even find it. It's not like listed anywhere other than in the copyright page. So here goes. The author's name is Pierdomenico Baccalario. Sorry if that's not that great. But anyway, it's a story of these two twins, and they move into this house and find, in the first book, which is called The Door to Time, passageways that lead to different areas of like time travel. And I guess this just continues the story. I have not yet read the first book, so I don't know all the details of it. But these are really nicely produced books. Lots of detail in the covers. Even on the inside, the flaps, there's like maps and clippings of things. Lots of photos. So I can find some nice detail here. Lots of photos of things throughout. It's like someone's diary, Egyptian drawings. This one goes to Egypt. Burnt out manuscripts. So lots of nice details in these. That's the back page. Looks like a periodical table of elements here. Again, this is a middle grade book. Another middle grade book I picked up was Theodosia and the Staff of Osiris. This is by R.L. LaFevers, and you might recognize the name as the author of Grave Mercy. It's a YA book about assassin nuns. But this is her middle grade series, and I just absolutely love these. I've read this one before. I was really happy to pick up a hardcover copy. I've read them on my ebook, my e-reader. And I also have book 4, so now I need like 1 and 3. And like I said, I found this at Half Price Books. It's in excellent shape. There's just like one remainder mark right there. And really nice books. Even the inside, they have like these maps on the front and back. And it's about a young girl whose parents own a museum, and she's able to sense evil from these objects. This particular story is about the Staff of Osiris, which apparently can control mummies. As you can see, there's mummies on the back. So really cute adventure stories, like it says, for fans of Harry Potter. I really enjoyed them. The next I have is a bit of a jump. This goes to adult, and this is book 3 in the News Flesh trilogy, and it's a zombie novel. First book was Feed. The second one, which I still have to get, is Deadline, and this one is Blackout. It's by Mira. And I've heard really great things about this series, so as soon as I get the second book, I'll be able to start it. So I'm kind of trying to work my way through various series, because they're kind of backing up on me. But you know how that is. You know, you get started and everything's got to be like a trilogy. I don't know why. Then the next one I got is book 2 in the Devouring series. This is Soulstice, and it's by Simon Holt. And this is a YA horror book. I hear it's quite creepy series, and I'm not really sure too much about it. Devours evil demonic beings that inhabit human bodies. Yeah, I've heard some really good things about the first one, Devouring. The last one is Fearscape. It came out fall 2010, so I believe these are already all out. So, again, I have to pick up book 3, and then I can think about starting that series. Speaking of book 3s, this is Susan Beth Pfeffer's book 3 in the series The World We Live In. The first book was, to get my title straight here, Life as We Knew It, and the second one, The Dead and the Gone. I own both of those, so now I have book 3 I managed to pick up at half price. And it's sort of a post-apocalyptic story where the moon has moved in closer to the Earth's atmosphere. As you can see, all the covers have like the moon like sitting really close there, and apparently it's caused quite devastation to the planet, and sort of apocalypse survival type story. Okay, and then I had picked up book 1 in this series at a library for like, I think it ended up being like 25 cents probably by the time I calculated. And I managed to find book 2, and it's the Magic or Madness trilogy, and this particular title is Magic Lessons, and it's by Justine Larbalestier. I can never say that very well. I don't really know too much about the story, other than it's about a 15-year-old girl who, her name is Reason, and her mom has a breakdown and she goes to live with her grandmother, and she's goes into the house, steps out a door. This is in Sydney, Australia. She steps out a door, ends up in New York City. She comes to discover that she has some kind of magical powers, and from what I gather, it says she could either use her magical gifts and die young, or let the magic lie dormant and go mad. So I'm wondering if that maybe is something that happened to her mother, since she had a breakdown. So anyway, this is book 2 in the series, and it is a trilogy. And then the last 2 books I picked up from half price were books I just needed to add to my collection. I have read them, of course, and it's Gone by Michael Grant. And this is the paperback. I have the first 2 now in paperback, Gone in Hunger. And then I picked up book 4, Plague, and that one's hardcover. So I have actually Lies, Plague, and Fear in the hardcover format. I'd like to get them all hardcover, but I don't know if I'll be able to. And like I said, I haven't read Fear yet, but I absolutely love the series. If you haven't picked this up, you don't know what you're missing. Definitely worth tucking into. So those are the books I got at half price. And again, I just happened to pop it just to see, you know, if they just happen to have anything. And I didn't think I'd end up with like a jackpot and blow the whole book buying ban. So then coupled with that, I got an email from Barnes & Noble for 40% off teen fantasy books. And since it was August and I knew these books were coming out, I was going to hold off until September, but the coupon, you know, I had to take advantage of it. So I've got the prequel to the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. It's Kill Order. And I'm looking forward to this one. If you haven't read the series, you don't know what you're missing. It's really, really good. So I picked up a copy of that one. And then I also picked up book 3 in the number 4 series. It's called The Rise of Dyne by Pittacus Lore. This is a really neat cover. It's got like raised words, and it's kind of like almost like sandpaper stuff there. And I won't go into detail about what this book is. Obviously, it's about number 9. But the insides of these hardcovers are absolutely gorgeous. Really nice detail on these. And yeah, I still actually have to read the one right before that, The Power of 6. So I'm a little behind in that series. And then this is book 2, another series book again. It's by Charlie Higson. It's The Dead. It's number 2 in the Enemy series. Again, this is like a zombies invade London, and the teens are kind of trying to survive. Like I said, I haven't read the first book yet. I like the hardcovers a little better because I like the black paper edges. I think they're really cool. But yeah, so since I had the 40% off, that was the only other teen book that I was looking for at the moment, so I went ahead and snatched that one up. The remaining 5 books I have are ARC copies, and I'll read the summaries on these just so you have an idea. This book is coming out in September, and it's Libba Bray's The Diviners. And that's the site. And I'll read the summary for you. Do you believe there are ghosts and demons and diviners among us? Evie O'Neill has been exiled from her boring old hometown and shipped off to the bustling streets of New York City, and she is positively ecstatic. It's 1926, and New York is the city of speakeasies, shopping, Broadway plays, and movie palaces. Soon enough, Evie is running with glamorous Ziegfeld girls and rakish pickpockets. The only catch is that she has to live with her Uncle Will, curator of the Museum of American Folklore, Superstition, and the Occult, also known as the Museum of the Creepy Crawlies. Will is haunted by the occult, and Evie worries he'll discover her darkest secret, a supernatural power that has only brought her trouble so far. But when the police find a murdered girl branded with a cryptic symbol, and Will is called to the scene, Evie realizes her gift could help catch a serial killer. As Evie jumps headlong into a dance with a murderer, other stories unfold in a city that never sleeps. A young man named Memphis is caught between 2 worlds, a chorus girl named Theda is running from her past, a student named Jericho hides a shocking secret, and they will soon discover something dark and evil has awakened. So this is like a monster-sized book. But this sounds kind of interesting. It's like well over 575 pages or so. So it's published by Little Brown, coming out in September. The next one I have is Origin by Jessica Khoury. And this one is coming out in September. It's published, says, by Razor Bill. I'm not familiar with them. The division of Penguin Group. And I'll read the summary on this one. A beautifully told, tantalizing new exploration of an age-old desire to live forever. Pia has grown up in a secret compound hidden deep in the Amazon rainforest. She was raised by a team of scientists who bred her to be the first of a new immortal race. Now those scientists have begun to challenge her, with the goal of training her to carry on their dangerous work. On the night of her 17th birthday, Pia stumbles across a hole in the electric fence that surrounds her sterile home. Free in the jungle for the first time, Pia meets Io, a boy from a nearby village. Unable to resist, she continues sneaking out to see him. As they fall in love, they begin to piece together the truth about Pia's origin, truth with nothing less than a deadly consequences that will change their lives forever. So, yeah, I'd seen this advertisement. It sounds really, really good, so I'm looking forward to getting started on that. I'm a little closer to September. I better get on the ball here. The next one I have is Venom by Fiona Paul. It says it's The Secrets of the Eternal Rose. So. And this one is coming out in October, published by Philomel Books, division of Penguin Young Readers Group. Really beautiful. This one has a setting in Venice. And I'll read the, well, let's see, I have a summary on here. Oh. Actually, let's see. See if it has anything inside here. No. Actually, it doesn't really tell me much. I'm surprised there is no summary on there. Oh, okay, here we go. In Renaissance Venice, secrets can be as powerful and deadly as poison. Cassandra Caravello has everything a girl could desire: elegant gowns, sparkling jewels, invitations to the best parties, and a handsome, wealthy fiancé. Yet she longs for something more. Ever since her parents' death, Cassandra has felt trapped, alone in a city of water where the dark and labyrinthine canals whisper of escape. When Cass stumbles upon the body of a murdered woman with a bloody X carved across her heart, she's drawn into a dangerous world of secret societies, courtesans, and killers. Soon she finds herself falling for Falco, a poor artist with a mischievous grin and a habit of getting into trouble. Will Cassandra find the murderer before he finds her, and will she stay true to her fiancé or succumb to her uncontrollable feelings for Falco? Beauty, romance, and mystery weave together in a novel that has seductive and stunning as the city of Venice itself. So, pretty cool. Sounds interesting, kind of murder mystery. Then the next one is Black City by Elizabeth Richards, and this is coming out in November. What a really neat cover. Looks like an exploding kind of crystallized rose or something on there. And this one is published by Putnam. And again, I'll read the summary. Excuse me. In the aftermath of a terrible bloody war, in the still smoldering Black City, Natalie Buchanan and Ash Fisher do the unthinkable. They fall in love. Natalie, a human and the daughter of a government official, is still reeling from her father's murder by a crazed Darkling, upending her entire life. So how could she now be falling for Ash, a brooding, half-blood Darkling boy? Natalie's heart betrays everything she's ever believed, and with one magnetic beat, forcing her to choose between her family and the boy she loves. Ash tries desperately to deny his feelings for Aunt Natalie. She is a sentry brat, after all, the very sentry who would love nothing more than to see all Darklings totally eradicated from the United Century States. For now, they've settled for banishing all Darklings to the wrong side of a ghetto wall. Despite being half human and being allowed to live on the human side, Ash is still scorned everywhere he goes, always wondering what it would be like to be on the other side of the wall. Then Natalie steps into his life, a calming force, and he has to choose, but choosing Natalie could get them both killed. A page-turning and passionate romance set in a mesmerizing and perilous world, Black City is a rich, atmospheric read not to be missed. So that sounds kind of like paranormal romance, almost Romeo and Juliet kind of story. So sounds really good. And the very last one I have is Falling Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. This is coming out in December. And this is also by Razor Bill, which is a division of Penguin. These are all part of the Breathless Reads tour that's out. There's one other book which I don't have, and I think that was Innocence. I forgot the author of that one, but the rest are all part of that tour. And let's see if it gives enough of a summary here. In a land where magic has been forgotten, but peace has reigned for centuries, a deadly unrest is simmering. 3 kingdoms grapple for power, brutally transforming their subjects' lives in the process. Amidst betrayals, bargains, and battles, 4 young people find their fates forever intertwined. Intricately interwoven storylines meld with unforgettable characters and vibrantly imagined magic in this sensational series debut, ideal for fans of George R.R. Martin and Kristen Kishore. So, really cool cover, too. So, kind of like epic fantasy. Here's again another YA book, and again, December. So, that's the haul. Definitely going to try and re-implement my book buying ban for September, with the exception of one book, which we all know we're most probably all getting, and that's J.K. Rowling's book, which comes out in September, so we'll break the ban for that, definitely. But I'm going to try my best. Keep your fingers crossed. Otherwise, you'll be seeing me back with probably book reviews. So take it easy, and thanks for watching.